Am I live? Is it happening? This is good. One moment, people. We just check. I'm not very tech savvy, shall we say? Okay. I think this is good. Hold on, I'm just going to wait for Eagle's confirmation. Let's ask him. This is not how I normally start my shows, I promise. Okay, I think things are happening. Yay! Okay, good. I can see it's going on. This is good. Okay, cool. Right, sorry about that. I'm very technophobic. All of my set list is literally on paper like this, as you can see. So going into these new modern times, I'm just like trying to work my set out. So let's start that again. Hello, thank you for joining me tonight. Today is Thursday, isn't it? On this Thursday evening, big shout out to Rachel and Eagle for doing this. I think it's such an important thing, especially now more than ever. So if you can donate to the charity, then please do that. Obviously, if you're short on pennies you send, then don't worry. Just tell people about the gigs and things like that and get people with the pennies to donate. That's my plan. Right, so I'm going to start this set by doing a poem that I've written over, well, I think I wrote it yesterday, from a online workshop actually, which was very good. And it's called A Motorbike Has No Reverse Gear. I absolutely love riding my motorbike. I'm missing it quite a lot now at the moment. And basically, when you're on a motorbike, you can't go backwards. You can only go forwards. And that is how I am looking at this situation. So here we go. And when they murder your job, steal your footpaths and clamp your mouth shut, know that this is temporary. Take a moment and remember what future tastes like. Remember the squeeze of the clutch, the cheer of the engine, the call of the valley as it opens its mouth to you. Know that soon you will be your own pillion, will clamp your hands to your waist, let yourself drive. Hear the hills, tarmac and moorland, or as unframed as the horizon. If you turn your head, the view can go on forever. So there you go. There's a small one to start you off with. And do some oldies now. Well, they might be new to you, but they're old to me. Oh, come all ye faithless, joyless and ye defeated. Come, all ye washed out, ye chewed up and ye beaten. I want every loser, as far as these eyes can see. Climb out from your corners and sit next to me. Oh, come all ye rejects, ye homeless. Don't stand in your margins. Come all ye lost troubled and drive no odd bargains. You'll soon find that there's no leader in this horde. Worship yourselves, Christ your fucking lords. And we are gathered here today to witness revolution. The coming together of our demons as we learn the meaning of evolution. And our songbirds will scream from the branches of burning trees, not to be left in their cages to sing peacefully. But they will find lawful reasons of why we can't rise together. They'll tear us and they'll beat us amidst this stormy weather. However, there are no exit signs. So I urge you, please don't run. You'll never leave this bus stop if you're waiting for the sun. And I don't have faith in a God, but I know that everyone needs something to believe in. And we can build our own angels if you feel that you really need them. But I would rather bow to your monsters, put them on the committee and take. Our problems shouldn't rule us, but it's important to learn from our mistakes. And tell me, have you ever felt lost Are you lonely? Are you the talk of the town for not buying the butcher's bologna, and are you hurt? Are you hated? Are you tired and wired, feeling wronged and exasperated? Well, I will be your comfort in this darkened shade of blue. I don't have faith in a God, but I believe in you and you and you. And have you been wronged? Are you conflicted by this bullshit we're living in as long as we don't get evicted? And are you tired of this everyday slog? Did they use you and abuse you until there were no parts left to flog? Well, bring what's left to this table and let's put together what we've got. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not able, because you, my friends, are worth a lot. Because blessed are the wicked, the weird, and the truly despised, for allowing us to see the world through other people's eyes. There you go. I don't know what I do now because there's no one in the room. Thank you. Shout out to Emma who's watching. Hey up, Emma. Hope you're alright. Hope you're all doing okay at home this evening. Hope you're having a drink of some sort. I've got some Earl Grey tea in a Star Trek mug. That's very nice, isn't it? Oh, I love Earl Grey. I love Earl Grey. Right. Okay, Sparham. Get on with it. Cool. So, the next poem I'm going to do is the title poem of my collection, Please Mind the Gap. And surprisingly, it goes by the same name. Please mind the gap between the rich and the poor. Inches apart, but you'll know if you fall. Please mind the gulf. Watch the waves overhead. Once you're down there, you're drowning, singing excuses born and bred. The law is out of order. It hasn't worked for years. And he claims tax, and he claims land, and he claims he don't live here. The buildings are in disrepair. Every mind is closing down. Another every day in another anywhere town. Hey mate, you got 20p? I want change. Or time, or sleep, or just an excuse to board a train. I once says, I think you can do anything, but how can you get what I mean? When I dream, when I work, and I work in my dreams. So another day, another dollar, another paper, another pound. Another lonely girl dies in another little town. But the news finished on the weather report. Sunny morning, cloudless skies. And so we rolled down our windows, letting freedom pass on the right. And we yelled at our city, sticking out our heads. We turned up our music. She turned up dead. Did you know there's 4 emergency services? Did you know there's life after meth? Did you know the home is not where the heart is when the body's under house arrest? Did you know this door has never been locked? Did you know this is not what it's all about? But I still hear the screams, get me out, get me out. Because when they say that you're nothing, it's hard to get somewhere. And when they call you careless, it's easy not to care. And when they say you're a waste of space, your body's given to the air. Your mind is a conveyor belt. Your tits are your taxi fare. But you are more than just the weather report. Don't fear dark skies, however frightening. Because if you're born in a storm, then you are fork lightning. You're the 4th emergency service. Heal yourself, get gone. Somewhere amongst the clouds, I heard a whisper, carry on. There you go. That's an old poem for you. It's really weird, like, watching yourself on the screen do poetry. So I'm going to try, like, not look directly at myself in the eye, because I'm looking at myself in the eye like, yeah, saying some words. I hope everyone's having a nice evening. Try and do something a bit more chill. See what we can find in my little collection of things. What can we find? Oh, here's a weird poem that I wrote. So, fun fact for you, my friend Sam Savage, this is a true story, he thinks that Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners is the best song in the world. He is like convinced that that is the best song in the world. So I thought that was quite amusing, and he did it like, he basically went to go and gig it, and he did it on karaoke at this stag do, and all these proper like my friend Sam, he's not very laddie, but all these lads were like, "Aah!" And Sam was like proper belting this song out, and he filmed it and he showed it me, and I just thought it was amazing. So here's a silly poem. The best song in the world is Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners. It's true, you told me in a backstreet London pub, the night you preached to a drunken choir who sang but did not believe in anything more than a burnt out anthem. The only karaoke session where your mouth caught fire and you threw yourself across the stage. Every dance movement, self-immolation. Every out-of-tune note, a protest, a deed of living. You, who sped up and slowed down songs just to see if you liked them better. You, who sung in different pitches depending on mood. I still see you, mic in hand, screaming the lyrics over and over. Every time I stare at a blank page in my notebook, wait outside an office door, press send. As if you're telling me that tonight the stage is mine. As if you're screaming, "Come on, Eileen, come on." Oh, that's for you, Sam, you big weirdo. Right, so it's very easy to look at all the bad things that are happening in the world right now. It's so easy to do, yeah? And obviously it's important that we do that. I signed up the other day to be one of the NHS volunteers because I've literally, at the moment, I've just got a DBS that I'm not doing out with. So I thought, right, do something with that. And just shout out to anyone that's working at the moment or doing what you can, or it's just like, you know, trying to find your way through this weird time. But a few years ago, I was asked to write a poem celebrating the 100 years of when some women, I say some women, not all women in the UK, got the vote. So this poem is called 100 Years, but it's just celebrating like all the stuff that we've done basically in those 100 years and all the stuff that we can do. This is what, it's not very well printed, so I'll read it best I can. There is freedom or there is death. There are only these two states. Because a life without freedom isn't living, merely time spent occupying space. I wish I could show Emily Pankhurst what I've seen, how we came to be here. So much has happened in 100 years. And I was the chains that bound you to Parliament when they cried madness, unkempt, unclean. And I was every satchel, every badge coloured purple, white and green. And I was the deeds, not words, that exploded upon impact. And I was the ink, the pen, the hand that signed the Declaration of the People's Act. And I was the wind rushing through your hair as the boat left Jamaica. And I was the Brixton riots, every young black male's undertaker. And I was the tide of tears that came before the floods, the dam that blocked Enoch Powell's rivers of blood. And I stood outside Manchester Park Hospital when Bevan launched the NHS. Finally, minimum wage workers receiving maximum health. And I flew the rainbow flag when love became legal. Still so many flights to climb, but one more step towards becoming equal. And I stood on the Battle of Aldgrave, pondering government law, as I trudged between sludge, police and miners caught up in a class war. And I was Paul Boating, Diane Abbott, Bernie Grant, Dennis Skinner, Jeremy Corbyn, the revolution you didn't plan. And I screamed innocent at the Guildford Four's arrest, yelled guilty 15 years later, imprisonment under false evidence. And I was every person that protested sexual violence, the lips that shouted "Me Too" and the ones which remained silent. But I still want justice for Turin, for Grenfell, for every rundown estates, for battery farmed animals, for refugees left with nothing but the weight. It can happen, you know, because we are our own riot act, every wrongly convicted arrest, and we are every lyric to every song sung at every street protest. We are change, every black, Asian, white man, woman, LGBT, ace and queer. So take my hand and imagine what we could achieve in another 100 years. There you go. Hey. Da, 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 da. I don't know why I'm making weird football music while I'm looking for poems. It's a bit odd, isn't it? What to do next? Right. This is quite a serious one, actually. A lot of my poems are quite serious. This is about refugees. I wrote it when the camps was up in Calais, which seemed like a long time ago now. I'm just thinking, like, there's a lot of people at this time where home is quite a dangerous place for them, and this poem still seems quite relevant. So let's go for it. Refugee. We're all standing in no man's land, and every footstep costs a bomb. I can hear them ticking, 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 off every life that's gone. Tell me how much for the price of freedom. Go figure while I try to pay. Thousands for the heart's pedigrees, while they turf out the mind's strays. We're all holding onto our love. There's no life when the art has gone. I can hear them beating, 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 the fear into everyone. Tell me what it takes to be innocent, to judge those that are simply alive. Everyone's pleading guilty to the crime of trying to survive, and crying children are flooding oceans, breaking banks of border divides, and the tears are running, running, running. They're running for their lives. Scattered like broken glass are some things that sorry can't repair. The fact we know you dropped them here, the reason we know you just don't care. This is no jungle. In a jungle, the animals are free. True savages sit behind desks, caging life behind rows and rows of screens. This is no jungle. In a jungle, the animals are free. True savages hide their mirrors, never speaking, that could be me. Life is not black and white. It's also not just red, white and blue. You need to learn to blend to get a more colourful point of view. And if the land can embrace the sea, and night and day can share the sky, if a mother can carry 2 children and 2 bodies keep each side by side, if both sides of the earth can wear the sun and evolve as they take their turn, then we can read from a different palm, then we can learn to learn. An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Syrian walk into a bar, and as they sit, they ask themselves, are we really all from the same stars? Thank you. I don't know what I'm saying thank you. Just habit. Right. This is a poem about if you've ever done a night shift, or if you've ever worked at a pub late, or if you've ever, it's about like that time when you finish your shift or whatever you're doing and the sun's coming up and you walk home, and yeah, it's called Sometimes the Night. I carry this city on my back, every smashed window pane, every torn sleeping bag, every boarded up doorway, every bar fight, every want and regret, but sometimes the night, and I walk home between broken glass, kicking cans over concrete, burning hand-rolled fags between terraced houses that lean against one another as they hold up sky between the crossfire of conversations beneath 5 a.m. street lights. I pause and I breathe. I can breathe sometimes. The night and I make love behind abandoned flats where the cats sit and cradle dead pigeons and rats, where the overflowing gutter reflects the underobserved sky. A puddle of stars, blurred by foot and vision lost to sunrise. Sometimes the night clings to my clothes, stinking of whiskey and rain, and God only knows I want this. Only God knows. A moment so brief, so fleeting, morning dew. Me and the darkness are just passing through. Thanks. Hold on. Move my camera slightly so I can see the time. Right, I'm meant to be coming to the end of my set, so I am going to finish off with my new poem. I don't know why I sang that. Okay, so this poem uses a lot of Derbyshire dialect. I posted a link to it on my page the other day if you want to watch it. I don't know. I'm going to do it now. Just want to say, before I do this, again, massive shout out to Punks for the Homeless and to all the poets and performers and musicians that, you know, are getting involved with this project. It's bloody awesome. Rachel and Eagle, you worked so hard, and just, yeah, man, just keep doing the things. And, you know, I know everyone feels pretty isolated at the moment, but we can all connect with each other via the powers of the internet. It's witchcraft, I tell you. It's witchcraft. This poem is about this bloke. Everyone thinks he's a bit of a lad around town, but what he's actually doing is sneaking off to go and do ballroom dancing because he doesn't want the blokes at the pub to find out. Here we go. Meet me at the jig. Wear your black trackies. Tell the lads it's the two-man job, youth. Tell them it's the slate tiles or backy shipments need van for what we gotta move. They'll say Del Boy's at it. Always scheming. Yeah, eat diamond geezer, that's me, youth. Can't do oat for note. Can't wake for dreaming. You leads, I'll follow Jack. We gotta move. Ignore the piss and rats and broken glass. Take my hand and sway close to me, youth. Some side hesitation and sharp floor craft. Breaking the law the way we gotta move. I failed school. Only Latin I learnt was tango, twist, jive, swing, strictly ballroom. We, us lards, take a magic left turn. Quick step the sirens, Jack, we gotta move. Tell 'em we were skip diving or dealing or robbing. Tell the cops though but the truth. Yeah, they know me. I'm always out stealing. Man needs to survive. Jack, we gotta move. Thank you very much. Thank you, people of Facebook, for tuning in. I'm excited to watch more performances on this. I hope you all have a lovely evening. And yeah, man, I'm going to try and work out how to turn this off now.